Stravinsky would like to point something out before we
Written
continue.
symbol letters or letters as in correspondence?
As in correspondence.
Oh, okay.
I'd like to point out
Can we have a
one of two things have happened. Either there wasn't any gas in the gas canister, or the little cloth he left on fire has gone out.
Or you can't hear it from here.
Okay.
Wait, well, didn't it wind down relatively close? So we should have heard it.
Yeah.
If it went bang, we definitely would have heard it from there.
Well, it hasn't gone yet.
Right. We dead.
So there are 2 letters on the table, as well as a box.
Let's have a look at these letters.
The first one is October 28th of this year.
Right.
Ben.
Yes?
This is most troubling.
Oh, sorry.
You say that these people are meddling in the affairs of us? This is very similar to the events that happened all those years ago, back with Milton and his annoying group of researchers. For them to have already foiled some of the plans of our great people is worrying. Are you not capable of dealing with a few small minds? No matter. Our plans continue regardless, and the writings must continue onward. Your research on the strange object is interesting, but I must remind you that our objectives remain unchanged. Do not let this consume you in your work, for the glories and objectives of the Great Reaper are mighty compared to your mortal objectives. Communication with the Order of the Silver Twilight has ceased completely. I can only presume that the entire order has been all but crushed. Since the burning of their lodge, our communications with them have been severely lessened, but there is a chance that with some increased work we can perhaps work to continue their efforts. For all we know, they could be reborn anew. Continue to try and regain the knowledge they once had, although I doubt that they are truly gone. I understand that you recently gained a translated work of their lower-level knowledge. I cannot help but find the name of the translator familiar. Let me know how things are going in America. I am curious to see how that nation has changed since I last visited. N.
N. Could be Nathaniel.
It's Henry. Denying the world.
The next one is actually dated earlier in the year, in January the 9th. Ben. Fascinating. It is indeed a trinket, but it is a trinket that holds great power. You said you found it in Liverpool, you say? From a captain who fished it from the sea?
Stole it.
The nature of the power I cannot say, I cannot yet decipher, but I think that there are ways that its secrets can be unlocked. You say that it denies itself to you, yes? Perhaps there is something to be said about the powers of the strange object. I would suggest you contact the Great Reaper and see if he can impart knowledge to you about how to better communicate with the power of the trinket. You must remember that he is always one to speak in riddles and in games. Be careful, my friend. N.
Wait, just to check. Did in the last adventure, did we work out that the dude who we found in the room with the zombie was actually Nathaniel Hawthorne?
No, you did not think it was Nathaniel.
Okay.
We
Do we
just
know
knew
if
he was
Nathaniel Hawthorne is dead?
Weatherford.
Nathaniel Weatherford, sorry, yes.
Hawthorne?
You don't know, considering
That's the guy from Community. Pierce's dad.
You don't know.
Exactly.
You don't know if this guy's dead.
What? No, it's...
You don't know if this Nathaniel Weatherford person is dead. You've no idea.
On a slightly different note, you mentioned a trinket. Is there anything in the room that
There is a box on the table.
Can I take it and have a look?
Stravinsky fucking picks up the box, shakes it, and has a listen.
There's something rattling in there.
Oh, yeah.
Can I open the box?
Yes.
You can have it.
Stravinsky, do you mind?
No.
No, thank you.
This,
I'll take it and... Paranoid Daniel opens the box carefully.
Well, you open the box. Inside is a gem. This gem is a jagged gold translucent gem, seemingly rough in appearance.
I would like to give to wife.
Can I examine it with a cult?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll pick it up and examine it with a cult.
Okay.
You're not my wife.
And 34.
Nope, nothing. It looks like it has rough, sharp edges that would be sharp enough to injure you. Are you actually holding it?
Yeah, I'm holding it.
You, however, find that the gem is impossibly smooth, and it's actually hard for you to keep a hold of it without it slipping out of your hands.
Can we put it for
Gentlemen,
for now?
It also seems incredibly hard and soft at the same time.
Gentlemen, for now, I suggest we put the gem in the box and take it with us and investigate it later.
By the way, it's very small, no larger than a few centimeters in diameter.
Violet, do you want to take it back off you and put it into the box?
I'm too busy butterfingers.
Would anyone like to roll a geology roll on it?
Do I have a...
Yes! Right here, Salt of the Earth Stravinsky would fucking...
Roll me a geology roll.
It's happening, but 55.
Yeah, the base on geology is 1%.
Really?
Okay,
Yep.
Again, alright, in that case, let's put it back in the box and I put it in my pocket.
You take it with you.
Right, before we do anything else, Stravinsky would like to go and have a look at the bed sheets.
Okay.
He empties the duvet out of that.
Yep.
And uses it as a sack to carry around all the fucking shit we picked up so far.
Okay.
So wait, by the way, for any of the room, remember you said there were glowing sigils all in the walls and stuff?
Yep.
Did I recognise any of them?
There are just sigils on the room. You rolled for them. They are actually very general occult symbols. They don't seem to make any sense to you.
Okay, it's just because I remember when I rolled the occult, you told me about in the books, but not the sigils.
Yeah, the symbols on the walls have
no... destroying willies in the occult symbols.
The general... No, they have no general, like... They have meaning, but they don't have meaning in the way they've been put together. They're like, they don't make sense.
So is it more like someone's putting them as decoration without realising their meaning?
No.
Either that, or they just like looking at occult
have
symbols.
Is somebody who's doing a bunch of occult shit that makes no sense, but it's the Cthulhu mythos stuff that's actually happening. And he thinks it's the occult stuff because he's clueless.
It's kind of like Logic and Tumblr. It's just...
I'm going to observe to the others that the person who wrote these symbols is probably a bit of an imbecile.
There is, in the corner of this room, another door. There is quite loud chanting coming from that direction. You think that door leads into wherever that double doors were.
Stravinsky would like to listen to both hear the chanting and try to get an idea of how many dudes are in there.
Okay, you'd like to listen.
Oh, motherfucker. This is happening. 12! Yes!
12.
Yes!
His listening paid off!
Okay. 12. You hear chanting.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, there is chanting.
I will tell you in a moment how many people you think there are. You think that there are about 30 individual voices.
Right, so that's where all the cultists are then?
Yeah, is there any way we should... While we might find something of interest in here, it also might end up getting us killed if we open this door.
There is another... Make me all of you, roll me a d100 and try and get below your intelligence times 3.
8, motherfucker.
Is that what you rolled?
3. What's my...
Yes.
Right.
Intelligence times 3.
Has a rare moment of clarity.
87.
87? Nope, you haven't figured this out.
Rip my brain.
Intelligence times 3 would be... 42. I rolled 28, so yeah, I rolled under.
You two, not Violet, think. If there is chanting going on, they are unlikely to be facing the main doors. If it's anything like any traditional religious building, the altar will be near the back of the room, and they'll be facing that.
You believe exactly everything my character has no clue about. She's
if
like,
you believe that if you open the door in this office, you'll probably be an open view of everyone. But if you open the main doors, ironically, you would probably be unnoticed if you were quiet about it.
Well, I suppose I relay this information to the slightly derpy Violet, and then we should probably decide what we want to do.
There is that other door in the very small corridor you came down that you haven't
Do we really
opened.
want to risk going... Daniel's quite cautious, I feel. Do we really want to risk going in here?
Stravinsky has an idea.
Mm-hmm.
He suggests that the two of you take the lantern and stay in there while he goes in, using his sneak with only the gas canister.
I still feel this may be premeditated.
Is anyone also bearing in mind as well? There is also another room in that corridor that you've not yet been in.
But before we do that, can I identify the language of the chant or any content of the chant?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Do I roll or do I know?
What are you rolling on?
Well, I mean, it depends because I have language skills, but I don't know if it's any of those languages.
Well, what languages do you know?
I know Ancient Greek, Latin, Akkadian, Ancient Egyptian, and Sumerian.
None of them.
God fucking damn it.
Is it Russian?
You can make me a Cthulhu mythos roll.
All right. 63.
Nope.
It's Belgian.
You have no idea what they're saying.
So I do know it's none of those languages.
It's none of those languages that you know. No.
And it doesn't sound voodoo-ish?
Nope.
And it doesn't sound Hebrew?
No.
It's all burk.
It's... You do not know what it is.
Okay.
So there is one door you haven't been in. in this tiny corridor, and then there is the main double doors, or this door in this office, leading to what you think is the main temple, I suppose.
Right. So let's try the one back down the passageway. I think.
Okay, you're going to go down there. Who's going first? Because this is a narrow corridor. Remember.
Lowest roll again.
Sounds good.
Yep.
3, 2, 1. 63 again. What?
87.
87. What?
Ready?
You too?
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
looks
Now
like
we
you're
kiss.
going first.
Oh,
So, opening the door, Violet.
alas, we must fuck.
This is a very small room that is lit by a single light in the ceiling. You see 2 walls to the left and the right that ripple slightly within the
In the
painted
middle.
on doorways in the walls. This provokes a sanity check.
Oh,
Was that for all of
In
us?
the middle of
Anybody
the room,
who can see
a
this
guy
room? Yes. Sanity
Yes.
check.
dark trench coat, rubbing his hands, going,
16.
"Welcome to the
16,
Bugatorium."
you're fine.
55.
Is that a pass or a fail?
Wait,
One.
What's my sanity? Or something like,
Fucking
Actually,
one.
you've got 54 sanity right now, so that's
No.
a
I got 53 sanity.
that's a fail then for you. And what did you get?
One.
That doesn't give you any special bonuses, but you pass and suffer nothing.
So I'm the only one then.
You
Yeah,
lose 1 point of sanity from this.
Bastards.
Occult.
Occult, fair enough.
86.
No.
I think that's too high. Wait, actually, damn it, it's 4 too high.
What
86
about
is 4
Cthulhu
points too high.
mythos?
69. Good
Nope.
number, not right.
There are 2 design. There is the rippling wall on the left. What basically is that there's a kind of painted on doorway, and inside this painted on doorway, the wall is rippling slightly, physically rippling, and you notice that there's like a painting behind each one of these doorways. Like there's a painted on doorway and there's a painting within, and the painting's rippling. And on the left-hand door, there is a vaguely draconic design,
Draconic.
like a dragon.
Like a dragon. Okay, right.
On the right-hand wall, there appears to be only darkness.
Okay, out of
Misty would like
interest.
to
Is
have a
this
feel
all
of
that's
the
of interest in
wall.
the room apart from the candle?
That the light in the ceiling.
Okay.
That's it.
Are there any stones on the floor?
No.
Are there any pebbles back along the corridor?
No.
Yeah.
You could go get a book.
Yeah, I'll go and get a book and then throw it at one of the thingies.
Okay. Thud.
Does it bounce off?
It just hits the wall and lands.
What, even the Ripley one?
Even the Ripley ones.
All right.
Doesn't move.
Stravinsky would like to use his drive motorcycle
Stravinsky,
skill.
touch it.
You can't use the drive motorcycle skill. Your
damn
motorcycle
it.
is not with you.
Okay, listen.
Yes, you can listen at the portal.
Oh! 97.
You hear nothing.
In fact, I've gone deaf.
You haven't.
Your ears exploded.
So, yep. There are these 2 portals. Or so you believe. They look like
Portals.
Well, portal is a description of a doorway. It's
Oh, I
painted
thought.
on.
I see. I thought it was just a
Ah,
waterbed bud on a wall.
there you are.
Stravinsky would like to feel one.
Everyone's
You're
telling
going
us we
to-
should jump into
What,
the
you're going to
painting, by
touch
the
one
way.
of the walls?
Yeah, why not?
Which one, the left or the right?
Which was the wobbly one?
Both of them are wobbly. The left one has the draconic symbols on it, the draconic motif, so the white one is just darkness.
Go for the dragon, not darkness. I don't know. It's just
The
me.
dragon one looks alright.
Okay, you touch it.
That's right.
Your
Is-
power is 12.
Yes.
You lose 11 points of magic.
Do I have magic?
Yes, you have as many magic points as your power.
That's alright.
You also lose 1 sanity,
Max current scientist. Yes.
and you disappear.
Oh, thank God.
Wait,
I
where's
mean,
that?
oh
Where's
no.
that stat?
What?
Where's that stat?
What, your sanity?
Appearance to 0.
No, you disappear.
Yeah, I have no
vanish.
appearance. I'm gone.
No.
No appearance.
So
Zero.
the other 2.
Um,
He's gone.
well, that's not good.
It was just a
turn,
clever
I-
ruse.
Do
My
we
hide
lose
skill.
sanity from seeing him disappear?
Yes, actually, you do.
Do I make a noise as I disappear?
No, you just make no noise at all. You,
Ayo!
Sanity check or just sanity loss?
sanity check.
Okay.
Basically, what happens is you touch it, and you
Oh,
just
for
show
fuck's sake.
you just
85.
85. You fail.
63, I fail also.
You fail also. You both lose 2 points of sanity as you see
Joy.
him disappear in the wall. Basically, what happens, Stravinsky, is that what happens is that you you touch the portal, and then you're just wrenched through. Forcibly wrenched through.
Am I perhaps joining Lehman?
I'm going to tell you later what happens to you.
All right.
So
Okay, I'm gonna throw I'm just gonna tentatively throw the book at the place you just touched, just to test. It's like,
Nope.
whoop.
thud.
Wait, what about all my shit? Did that stay outside then?
Oh no, that came with you.
What,
As long as you managed to vanish,
You weren't touching. You weren't holding the bag of stuff because you dropped that while you were touching the wall.
All right.
Was
So
I?
You did.
What
is there
about
any
what about the Mosen slung over his shoulder?
Nope, that's gone too.
Okay.
is there any baseline knowledge I could have about this from it? Like, do I know anything about portals or portal spells or shit like that?
Make me a Cthulhu mythos roll now. You've seen that.
71.
No. No clue.
You've
He's basically touched the wall and vanished.
It's like
Pulled in.
Helga.
No, you cut. You can't. You can't hear him.
Do we? I take it we know absolutely nothing about what
Nope.
happened to him.
You've
basically.
no idea what's just happened. He's been wrenched into the wall and he is gone.
That's
Do you think-
unusual.
Do you think he's ended up on the other side of the wall, like physically? Should we have a look? See if we can find a way
I
around.
feel like the technology for moving somebody around a wall would probably necessitate the employment of an actual door rather than a portal of some description.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, should we look for a door somewhere? See if we can find a way around. There's a door at the end of this corridor. We couldn't hurt to have a look.
You've been down both these doors.
Wait, are we
This
just
is
in a
the
dead end?
tiny, narrow corridor. Remember, you found
Is there
behind
nothing
the
at the end of
library.
this ripply narrow corridor?
No, this is a small room.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
it's
just a
just-
room.
It's
and
just a
then-
room
and
with
then
two
yeah, yeah.
ripply wall, like painted on doorways. Stravinsky's touched one and been yanked in and vanished.
Well, I suppose we've got a choice. We touch it and follow him, or we try and find a way around and see if we can locate him.
We don't even know if he's still alive.
Exactly. I don't suggest touching it.
Yeah.
Well, let's put it this way. Inanimate objects don't seem to go through without someone touching them. His stuff disappeared, but when we throw the book, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it's key to
It's key to
life
people.
or something. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Maybe the cultists use it to travel, but I don't want to touch it.
We could ask them, except there's 30 of them and a gas canister went with them.
Could we? Well, we can pick up another gas canister from the kitchen.
There are only two.
There
Oh,
were
was
only
it?
two, and one of them, in theory, has already blown up the zombies.
The other option, of course, is we thought earlier that perhaps we could sneak into the room they're in. We could try and threaten the lead cultist. Maybe they'd tell us.
They
something.
won't have guns on them. It's true. It'd be unlikely
Exactly.
that they're strapped. They're chanting while strapped. Should we try it?
Well, how much ammo do you have?
I have a full drum magazine.
I have. How much do I have? Am I allowed to have stuff?
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean,
like,
I carry a hell of a lot of.
you can
like,
carry
magazines.
two
You open
reloads.
his
You can
jacket
have a
like
full
Neo.
gun and two reloads at least.
Yeah, there we go. So I'm well armed enough to take out at least a few dozen assholes.
So,
I would like to ask something.
Certainly.
Did the chanting stop as Stravinsky disappeared?
no,
So he did not get plopped out.
So
he
He
did
did
not
not
drop.
slip
He
into
did
the
not
room.
get dropped immediately onto a sacrificial altar. No.
Shit.
Now you're playing with portals.
So, there is.
Skip 3 levels, motherfucker.
There is
See you in 3
only
sessions.
there's only the last room that you've not entered. You can either go in through the side entrance in that office, or you can go through the main double doors.
We decided the main double doors was probably the safer option.
You're going to go through the main double doors.
Oh well, now I just talk. Well, Violet, are we gonna do this? We basically have to grab one, threaten them, and see if we can get our friend back.
Also, you have a catatonic asshole in tow.
I've got a
Well, he
tonic
can be
gun.
outside.
You just shoot a shot in the air, and then you point it at them, and you say, "You can try moving, but
Let's
There's
make an
quite a
agreement
lot
then.
of
If any of them
targets
move
here, right?
towards us, we just shoot.
exactly."
Alright.
Turns out they're all zombies.
Day
Y'all
I
are
sh-
fucked.
The day I regret handing in my army grenades.
So you're going
Alright.
to go to the main entrance
Well,
of this room, and you're going to open it.
Godspeed.
Okay.
Do it.
You both go over there. You very carefully open the doors. I'm not going to make you roll for that. You do it very quietly.
I mean, this could backfire horribly. I mean, these guys could be like,
You
enjoy
open-
dying or something.
You open this large room out. This is a large room. This is the same size as the dining area.
By the
Let
way,
off from the kitchen.
So before we do this, I'm
Mhm.
going to send Klika with the books and stuff back all the way up, all the way outside to stand on the street.
Okay.
We can just
Because
bomb them.
Would we
police,
have to-
the police are coming.
Wouldn't you
and
have to
B-
pass possibly zombie room that's blown up or not blown up to get there?
Not from
no,
this direction,
no,
but
you just
no.
have to go down the very long corridor.
All right.
So
Yeah.
you can do that. You can do that. That's fine.
I think it probably makes the most sense because otherwise, like, this is the point where if we start running, he probably can't run.
Good call. You do that, and then you open these doors. This room that you open up to, which is the same size as the large dining area, appears to be where the cultists perform their ceremonies. It is made of worked stone and has various burning candles that give off an aroma of foul nausea. There is a strange symbol carved into the ground in the middle of the room that has then been filled with copper.
What type of symbol is it?
Make an occult roll.
Yes. 54.
50 is it or so?
54, yeah.
Doesn't reveal too much,
Shall I
but
roll then, if you failed?
No, I haven't failed. My occult's 82.
Cthulhu mythos.
29, too high.
You think it might be a summoning symbol.
Okay.
One of it summons Stravinsky. Plop.
On the other side, there is on the far end of the room, there is an altar stained with blood.
You can probably summon Stravinsky. He's probably holding his
You
breath
basically
in
open the
space
doors
somewhere.
a little. You haven't opened them a lot yet.
How many people can Daniel see by opening the doors briefly?
You can see that there are about 30 to 40 black-robed cultists chanting.
Silly question. Can we? Do they have any weapons nearby? From what we can see,
Yes, some of them do have weapons.
like.
Guns.
Okay, so Violet.
How many of
armed.
them have guns?
You can see at least 3 of them have rifles nearby.
And these guys posted like guards, or are they just in the
No,
map?
they are actually chanting as well.
All right, so we just wander out, I think.
You also recognise there are 3 figures by this big symbol that are chanting. One of which you guys recognise as the man that escaped the house that you previously went to.
Yeah, well, he's immune to bullets, so...
There is also an older man that you were previously described by the man who owns the warehouse, Callum.
Yeah.
And there is also a very tall and massive figure with an axe.
I very quietly shut the door while we do this.
Before you shut the door, unfortunately, the chanting reaches a crescendo, and there is an almighty flash. Whereupon a figure now.
I thought you were about to say Rupert pops out.
Whereupon
Oh!
a figure has now appeared, floating in the air of roughly humanoid size. Roll me sanity checks, you two.
I am flying. It is fun.
7. I am sane.
31.
31, also fine. You both suffer no sanity loss.
I've seen weirder shit than
Although I
this.
would like you to roll me a mythos roll.
This is Russian
Carter.
space station Stravinsky.
3.
3? You now recognise this figure as one of the 1,000 forms of, you guessed him before,
After.
yes.
No.
You know
Why
that
is it not me?
this form is one that mocks humanity's fear of death.
What a dick.
Yeah, seriously.
It appears to be great. You know that it's greatly intrigued by death and the undead and those who summon it.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Can I continue shutting the door now?
Not yet.
That just has a stunned horror.
Basically, what happens is that as it appears, the older figure, not the one that you've met previously, but the older one, looks at the figure, and the skeletal Reaper character looks down. But as they appear to be in some sort of mental dialogue, Mr. Daniel,
Yes.
the skeletal figure's head slowly turns to look directly into your eyes. A piercing stare that
I
stares
roll a
deeply
flip.
into your soul.
I roll a flip in the
No.
architect third roll.
Is it you,
You
Grant?
don't have time for that. Roll me a sanity check.
Lame.
Get off my property,
33!
fucking Grant.
I'm the sanest
You
motherfucker.
lose 1 sanity
Oh, come on.
as
Daniel's like, seeing weirder gods. Fuck you, the architect.
you lose 1 sanity check as the thing stares directly into what seems like your very mind,
I scratch my balls.
bes-
Is it Dome Reaper? Asks.
bestowing it unlocks in your mind secrets that you thought humanity should never know.
Wait, do I get mythos for this?
You gain 1% Cthulhu mythos as you are taught but a fraction of the true functionings of the universe by the being with 1,000 forms.
He's a good teacher.
You then hear its insane cackling in your mind as you realize that you gain an overwhelming desire to
Shut the door.
at first to go back to that library where you found that gem, but as if the Great Reaper realizes you have it, laughs in your mind, a cackling, maddening laugh.
Skeletor.
The Great Reaper seems to know you're here, but for some reason hasn't informed any of the cultists that you are.
I guess
He's
he
trolling
likes
them.
the fact
He
I
doesn't
nicked
give
the
a
gem.
fuck.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they got no loyalty to anyone, have they? These elder gods. Not that Daniel knows.
The cultists at this point have stopped chanting, and
Presumably are all shitting themselves.
they seem fine. The Great Reaper at this point looks back to the older figure and resumes the eye contact.
Resume shutting the door.
You shut the door
Carefully.
carefully.
I turned to Violet. Fuck.
I've got some bad news for you.
Yes.
Eh.
Skeletor's here! Shit!
The door creaks.
Hello, Daniel, you peasant.
The door creaks, and then you hear scuffling noises from behind the door.
Violet, I thoroughly suggest we leg it.
I agree.
You start running!
Peg it!
Like it, lads.
You start running away. The door opens, but you hear the door opening behind you, and more worryingly, as you run towards the corner, you hear gunfire as they start shooting at you.
Can I shoot my gun backwards at them? I'm
Uh,
running. Just with one arm, just like
break your
fuck
wrist like
you.
you can, but you have your accuracy is reduced to a third, and you will slow down. There are
Okay, no, if
cultists
it
also
will slow
chasing
down,
you
yeah,
with.
no, that's
There
fine.
are cultists also chasing you with clubs. So they're going to shoot at you.
Can we just keep legging?
Yes.
I mean, we must
Let's just leg it.
fairly decent head start.
They are terrible shots, but what I need you to do is I need you to roll me a con times 5 roll.
Okay, con times 5. So what's my con? 11. Oh, 15. Right. 24 easily.
24.
What, one?
1.
So Violet goes
Basically,
super
spurred
sad.
on by your desire to not die,
I can imagine just all this hair grows and flies up in the air.
you run
Just
at,
to say
you
it.
run it
Yeah.
faster than you ever thought you could. It is at
okay,
this
times 10.
It is at this point that you round the corner that you hear an almighty bang
Yakety sack.
as the gas canister that you left by that room full of zombies finally explodes.
Does it cause any
Fuck
structural
you,
damage?
Stravinsky.
You don't know, but the ceiling dust starts falling from the ceiling, and you use this as an opportunity, I imagine, to keep running.
Yes.
No. Yes.
Yes. Yes, we do.
You
We
keep running. You hear a collapsing sound behind you. Do you want
Okay.
to keep running?
Yes, we fucking do.
I don't think we'd not keep running.
Okay, you keep running.
Can we turn head while running?
Yeah, like an Outlast.
You've rounded the corner, so the collapsing came from around the corner you've been behind.
Oh, fine. We'll keep
So
going, yeah.
you keep going. You run up the stairs. You
Wait.
encounter
Where are these stairs?
right
Fuck
at
you,
the beginning
almost.
of that corridor. You run up the stairs to the main warehouse entrance where you left Klika.
We grab him and keep running.
You grab him and you keep running, right into the clutches of the police.
I go, people, and we keep running.
You keep running.
Well, I say like, hey, there's an explosion, collapsing noise, but I say it very fast with flailing limbs.
Eventually, you sort of run a little, and the police sort of stop you. There are a few of them, and they are armed.
Well, yeah. I take it. Man, I contacted is there.
Manningly is indeed there. He's trying to tell you to calm down and tell him what to expect down there.
I very quickly, in the midst of my panicking and heavy breathing, 30 heavily armed assholes.
Large parts of the ceiling has probably collapsed. You might also want to bear in mind that they have a lot of guns.
I think that covers with heavily armed assholes.
No. A lot of guns.
There are a fair few policemen. There are about 10, 12 armed
I think we should.
policemen.
I think we should leave out the part about the god of death, though. That'll probably make us seem crazy.
I think he's probably pissed.
At this point,
He's like
they inform you to stay there with that officer, and they're going to go down.
All right. Well, GL gentlemen, I guess.
They
See
go
you later,
down.
guys.
They go down.
I say to the officer, when they don't come back, it's not my fault, okay?
He looks confused.
Draw them a map, you idiots.
No, because they need to know which stairs to go up and down.
They look confused. Eventually, you don't hear any gunfire.
Hopefully the ceiling collapses.
That's because they all probably got killed by the grey dudes or the axe guy.
Eventually, after about 20 minutes, the policemen come back up.
That's all right.
I'm going to roll a few sanity checks now.
Policeman comes up with like 3 tentacles and a missing arm.
What happens basically is the first thing that comes up is 2 policemen carrying another policeman who has collapsed unconscious.
You fainted on the job. That's not very good, is it?
The rest of them come up talking about amongst themselves, and Manningly looks slightly confused.
Well, I would be too. I mean, we just all floated through the Reaper. How did it go? I ask him.
He tells the other policeman to go back to the station and he will report back later. To which they do.
Why are we rolling sanity checks, though?
No, they were rolling sound.
They were rolling sanity
But
Oh,
checks.
okay.
he was
Not
trying to see
you.
what happened to the police.
Okay.
Rip.
What exactly happened down there?
Oh, D, just a quick question. OOC.
Mm-hmm.
Are the police wearing red shirts?
No.
Oh, right.
What exactly happened down there?
Do you want the long version or the short version?
Let's just say heavily armed, insane cult, bit of cannibalism.
We found evidence, we found evidence of murder, of cannibalism, of dangerous activities in general, and a conspiracy.
Let's say definite elements of satanic practice.
That stuff I saw. Yes. Yes.
Did you see the zombie room?
He doesn't say anything in reply.
Does he go white?
Which perhaps might explain more than any answer.
Yeah, we figured the same thing. We also figured that perhaps exploding them would be the best option. I assume you agree.
There was one, I suppose, alive, if you could say that.
I would go with not, but I agree. I know what you mean.
Yes.
We understand completely. Unfortunately. Again, I assume you do not disagree with our method of trying to rid the world of them.
I'm not going to mention that part in my report.
Then let's keep this between just ourselves, if you catch my drift.
Yes, I agree with that.
You know what you saw. We know what we saw. Oh, let's all pretend to forget what we saw, shall we?
Officially, you were never here.
Did you see anything else while you're down there? We lost one of our guys.
I only saw a massive cave-in. We explored the main complex, and there were 2 areas of cave. There were 2 sets of double doors. There was one set of double doors that was caved in entirely on the inside of it. We couldn't get in. We couldn't see what was there. You think he might be referring to the room with those 3 stationary stone knight creatures?
Yeah, I can imagine, because if they'd wandered in there, they wouldn't have come back.
And-
Out
Yeah,
of
they'd
interest,
been dead,
did
And
they
the
encounter any cultists?
The main corridor had a massive cave-in around the corner, and we did see some buried people. I believe those might be the cultists you were referring to.
Yes, I would assume so. There wasn't anyone else
There were no other
alive
exits
down there.
to the surface, were there?
Not that I saw.
No, but I mean, from our point of view, we explored every single place, right? We explored
Yes,
the map fully.
You did.
So,
Yeah.
as far as we know, there's no way for them to get out, short of coming out this way or via the cave.
Out of character, unless they used one of those portals.
Well, we don't know where
That's
that goes. Yeah.
You don't know
that's
where
definitely
don't know where either of them go. No.
It goes to Bruges.
So
Is there any way to get back to the portal room?
That's presumably not currently.
He shakes his head. He tells you that when he rounded the corner, pretty much near the turning of the corner, it was entirely caved in.
Damn it, my one chance to look at an actual fucking magic spell in situ and it's ruined because some fucking idiot has to blow up a bunch of zombies. Fucking Jesus, Russian people.
You know, I'm more concerned about the thing we saw that we should probably not talk about right now.
We hate the aristocracy. Fuck you! I mean, I'm sorry, it's carrying on.
We should go home.
He tells you that officially you would never hear, and he shall file his report as if he was given an anonymous tip-off.
So Manningly, just we're going to try and find our friend who we lost down there. If we run into anything more like this, I might be giving you a phone call.
Right.
I give him the address of where we're staying, so that if he discovers any information, he can send somebody to contact us.
Yep.
Because otherwise, he doesn't know who we are.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
He knows me though, doesn't he?
He does know you, but
Yeah.
you've been given the other contact addresses.
Yeah. Basically, I know you don't want us officially involved or any of this official, but we can. Can we rely on you if we need you?
Depending on what it is, I suppose, yes.
Well, you know what we've seen.
I've seen something of what you've seen.
Yeah, we saw worse things than that. Let's put it that way.
Wait, I ask you, just out of interest, you don't by any chance have an elephant gun, do you?
No.
Since we get this one out of the way, you don't know where we can buy one, do you?
A gun store?
An elephant gun's a rather
Well,
exotic purchase.
I'm sure you could find a specialty gun seller if you ask a gun store owner.
All right.
Not a bad
Why
shout, I
would you
guess.
want an elephant gun?
Again, you have seen what we have seen. It is
Just
not a
let's-
bad idea.
It was really irritating. One of my other ones broke. You know, it happens sometimes.
Right, okay. He implores that you should probably go home and rest.
We probably should follow that advice, I think, at this
I
point.
will inform you that at this point, your investigation in this part of the investigation is over, and we shall do the stat gains and the conclusion part.
Nice.
It's ogre.
What do I get?
We're gonna do your rolls later.
What? I've got so many checks on listen.
I know, we're gonna do your rolls later.
I want to level it.
Okay, you
next
could do
time.
your... Daniel, what do you have?
Let's...
Do I have? In what?
I have ticks here for you on first aid, medicine, handgun, grapple, and jump.
Okay, I don't have ticks on anything because I thought you could hold that. but-
Yes, I am. I'm just going to roll these for you.
Right.
You have 1% of Cthulhu mythos, by the way,
Yes! Can I get more?
if you read books.
Nice. But
Your
now I've got a bit of mythos, I can presumably gain more if necessary, but...
Your first aid improves to 52%.
Oh, that's alright. Wait, 2%? God damn.
Your medicine does not improve.
Sad.
It's already very high. Your handgun improves
Yes.
by 3 points to 69.
Nice.
69.
Good percentage.
Nice.
Your grapple, which I don't even remember what the grapple percentage is.
Uh.
Grapple is 25%.
So I now have grapple.
Your grapple improves by 2 points to 27%.
Nice, I'm now slightly more efficient at grappling dudes.
And your jump skill improves to 29%.
I'm 1% more
By
efficient at
1
leaping.
point. You're 1% better. Right, Violet,
Yes.
I've got you here under library use.
Yes.
Critical library.
Your library use is actually going to go up.
Should damn well do.
It's going to go up by
Really-
6%
Really important skill.
to 83%.
Oh, it's higher than my occult now.
It is higher than your occult. Speaking of which, your occult's also going to get a roll. Your occult does not go up.
God damn it.
It's very,
Fail.
very unlikely. Your rifle skill, however, might go up.
What, because I blew up the gun? That'll
Yeah.
teach me next time don't blow up the gun.
Your rifle skill is most
Bang.
definitely going to improve. It's going to improve by 1%.
The dream.
You
That
1% less
1%
likely
will
to
save me.
explode.
It's now 36%. Your
Perfect.
I'm not sure there are any other skills. Oh, Latin.
Oh, what about Constitution?
No, it doesn't improve.
Oh, right.
Latin, however, could improve. Latin does improve. Latin improves by 4% to 53. Do you want to do your rolls, Stravinsky?
Well, yeah, I need my shit for next time.
Yes.
Nice.
Sure.
That sounds ominous.
Listen.
Yeah.
I will roll for you.
I'm
Hey,
listening.
listen.
Okay, your listen is going to improve in the next session to 68%.
Oh, nice. That's a 3% increase.
Yes,
I noted down. Okay, what about rifle?
your rifle skill
Is this something you're not telling us?
your rifle skill is actually going to increase by 3% to 88%.
Oh, fucking yes. Never gonna miss again. Oh, sorry, I noted it wrong, but there we go.
Your sneak skill also
English,
improves.
please.
No,
Oh,
your
sneak skill.
Your sneak skill also improves by
Oh, my
5% to 45%.
Oh, yes. No one will catch me next time.
Your handgun skill is also going to improve
Yes?
by 3 points to 26%.
I'm not concerned why you keep giggling.
Your English is going to improve to by 5% to 26.
Impress the rest of you next time I show up. I know Fred sucks.
Your large blade skill is also going to improve.
What?
Yeah, you use large blade apparently.
When?
Apparently we've got
Oh,
large.
no, wait. I have sword.
Yes,
That's for me.
that's for you. Never
Yeah,
mind.
I didn't
You raised a cult though.
I didn't handgun.
You
I
did.
did.
It's on here.
The only time Stravinsky tried handgunning was when...
Okay, ignore the
like-
handgun game. You lose it.
Are you sure that's not Ben's handgun?
No, this is Victor here. I've got Victor here.
I've already got
okay.
my hand again of 1%
Yeah,
or whatever.
Alright,
You guys
what
hang
about
You
my
gained
cult then?
you gained 5% occult.
Oh, so I'm 10% now.
Yeah, you're at 10%
Well,
occult.
fuck it. Twice as
And
good.
we'll do the large blade for you, Violet.
Nice.
So that's because I crit the dude with the sword.
Yeah, it is because
You
you do.
exploded the guy.
You gibbed the dude with the sword.
His soul comes on.
In pepperoni.
Your skill in large blade sword is
Sword?
large blade sword is going to be 31%.
Really?
Yep, put that down in your sheet.
Is that because it's
What's
baseline
the-
easier than a gun
Baseline
skill?
25%.
Okay.
That's a hell of an increase.
That's as good as my physics skill.
You give
I
the
know-
man, you understood 6% more of weapons. Ooh.
And you will all gain. I will inform you. You will gain the following things because basically there's going to be a month of downtime.
Gross.
And in this month of downtime, you discover the following things. In the paper, a known criminal, James Coulthard, who you recognise as the person that tried to kill Jack Clyker,
Boston Buggerer.
is arrested and condemned to an asylum. For doing this, you gain 3 points of sanity.
Oh, nice.
Wait, I don't know about this though, do I?
No, you don't gain any of this.
Oh,
You two gain 3 points of sanity.
Delicious.
Back up the heights of 53.
And really, he's 55.
You also gain 2 points of sanity because you spared the life of the warehouse owner.
Nice.
Okay. Interesting.
You hear very quickly that he skips town.
Bye.
I'm interested in general in investigations. If we're nice to people, that gets you sanity.
Yeah?
Well,
Okay.
I'm guessing not acting like an inhuman monster would
I
probably...
suppose, yeah. I suppose it gets more like not being a psycho. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, don't just go from murder people normally. It's not usually a thing.
You also find scattered around the. Basically, there is a big reveal in the papers after like a day or so about this cult of prostitute murderers that has been uncovered. You find out by reading it that there had been a spate of kidnappings and disappearances of prostitutes in the
Helga,
red light
no.
district.
no.
And these have pretty much been pinned on this group of insane cultists that have been hiding under a warehouse.
They lost 50% of their prostitutes, meaning one hefty Helga.
The murders are pinned on them.
If we ask the police, have they actually stopped?
Basically, what happens is that they don't find what they do. They say is that unfortunately, during the conflict with the these insane murderers, there was an explosion, and most
Glad
of
to see that we have kept ourselves out of the paper.
and they the complex that had been built, definitely not up to code, partially collapsed. They note, worryingly for you, because there were about 35 normal cultists and the 3 other people, that they only pulled out 35 bodies.
Well, we know that the two older gents are bulletproof. Well, we assumed one is.
You only pulled out 35 bodies.
Yeah.
You all gain 7 Not you. You gain 7 sanity for knowing that you have foiled the cult.
Cool. Well, I'm
I
capped.
assume the
You're
portal
capped.
stopped working when everything collapsed.
You
since they
don't
didn't
know.
mention
We don't
it.
know.
And you're also discreetly sent $100 each.
Nice.
Okay. Cool.
Basically as a kind of quiet reward from the police.
I think that's from Manningly.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing it.
I would like to point out, without the gas, there would be no Manningley.
You also gain 1 sanity point for taking the Morticus Volume 2.
I can't
Gain
really-
a sanity point for it.
Yeah,
I take it I can't
gain
cap.
one.
I can't
because
go past
can't
cap.
go over cap.
it shafts the dude, because he probably went into his thing like, oh, I better take this so I can take it with me. before I
Oh
next
shit!
dawn.
What about?
He's
I
like,
still
"Oh."
got the gem. Presumably didn't.
For
slip out my
taking
hand.
that, you gain 2 points of sanity.
Damn it! I can't gain anything.
No,
I should
you-
write that. I should write that in my inventory. I take it.
You can't put put that in your inventory, but don't put the sanity points
What
in
can I
your
call
inventory.
it? Evil gem. Evil gem of
put-
fuckery.
Ben, I'll be studying it in the in time off probably. So
I
Okay,
would,
well, I've got evil gem of fuckery in my bags.
I would like to add that in Ben's inventory, there's also a little note Stravinsky gave him once when he was treating him in the.
Saying,
in,
if I see wibbly wobbly wall, I go
No.
walk in it.
No, it goes. If I don't make under my bed little tin money, please address send to little Alexei in Russia. Send little money to Alexei. He have all my money. Also take good care of my
Did
moped.
you give him an address?
Yes, it's in the
Oh,
tin.
good, because like,
with the
send money to this man. Where does he live?
It's the money in the tin.
So, there you go. That is your investigation.
Cool.
And we'll deal with what happens to Strabinsky another
He'll
time.
be fine.
Yeah, he sounds like he's gonna be fine.
he's just in the Dreamlands. It's great there.
Yeah, he's gonna get murdered in the Dreamlands by something.
So, that was that investigation. And when we come back with these investigators,
And we will come back.
Will we?
Yes.
what will happen next?
Dead.
Who knows?
I'm fucking dead.
So, I'm Kikoskia. And
Wait,
that...
what happens to? Sorry, just to say quickly, mate. What happens to Kleiker?
Oh, he... depends on what you want to do. Do you want to, He's...
Well, obviously-
I obviously pay for him to go to a sanitarium.
You'll pay for him to go to a sanitarium for a while.
Because I mean, it's like there's no. We have to. That's
Wait,
the most.
wait, we can use this. We can use this for next time. I got an idea. Use it. Take him to sanitarium where the guy got arrested and sent to.
Or
So-
I mean, if we know of a better way to fix craziness, you know.
No, sanitarium.
We'll go over that in the downtime next session.
okay,
So,
sweet.
I'm Kikoskia, and this was the investigators investigating stuff.
Investigate. We just lost a couple of people along the way. But
So,
Why it's so dark?
I catch you
Hello?
next time. See you guys later.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.